They got married in Tennessee, where there is no time limit for a spouse to become eligible.
And when God gets ready to make you a great woman, you'll know he's going to make you great by how you suffer.
Travis Hunter is a name that most people know for his jaw-dropping plays on the football field, his game-changing athleticism, and his status as one of the brightest young stars in the sport. But lately, the conversations swirling around his name have had nothing to do with touchdowns or highlight reels. Instead, the spotlight has shifted to his personal life and to an alleged private incident that has quickly become public gossip. It's the kind of story that spreads like wildfire online. A text message, a set of revealing photos, and a mistake that some believe could shatter a marriage. According to the rumor mill, Travis Hunter's wife accidentally sent intimate pictures to him. Pictures that, allegedly, weren't meant for his eyes at all. And that one mistake, so the story goes, planted the seed of suspicion that she might have been involved with someone else. Now, let's be clear, these are allegations fueled by online chatter and fan speculation. Neither Travis nor his wife have publicly confirmed or denied the story. But in today's world of social media sleuthing, that silence hasn't stopped people from connecting the dots and sharing their own theories. So today, we're going to break down everything that's being said, from the picture itself to how the rumors started, to why this has people questioning what's going on behind the scenes of one of college football's most talked about relationships. Before we get into the alleged text and the fallout that followed, it's important to understand how Travis Hunter and his wife have presented themselves publicly up to this point. From game day moments to off-season vacations, the couple has often appeared in sync and supportive of one another. On social media, they've shared affectionate posts, cute selfies in matching outfits, clips of her cheering from the stands, and heartfelt captions celebrating each other's milestones. For fans, they seemed like the picture of young love thriving in the fast-paced world of sports. And for Travis, having that stability at home seemed to fit perfectly with his rising career. At just 21 years old, he's already become a standout for Colorado, making big plays and living under the kind of spotlight that can be both exhilarating and exhausting. Having a partner by his side, someone who appeared to be his #1 fan, was part of the image. But as we've all seen with celebrity and athlete couples before, the Instagram-perfect photos don't always tell the full story. Behind closed doors, things may not have been as flawless as they seemed. And if the rumors are to be believed, that facade began to crack because of one very unexpected message. According to sources close to the situation, and by sources, I mean the kinds of anonymous accounts and alleged insiders that tend to pop up whenever a scandal is brewing, the turning point came when Travis received a message from his wife that caught him completely off guard. The message contained a series of intimate, revealing photos. Now, in most relationships, this wouldn't necessarily be a cause for alarm. Couples send each other private pictures all the time, and it's usually considered a sign of affection or attraction. But in this case, what allegedly set off alarm bells for Travis was the way the message was sent. The story goes that the photos arrived without any playful caption, without any setup, almost like they were dropped into an ongoing conversation. And when Travis looked closer, the tone of the images didn't seem to fit the dynamic he and his wife had at that moment. It didn't feel like a spontaneous romantic gesture meant for him. Instead, it felt like a message meant for someone else that had accidentally gone to him instead. Imagine the shock of that realization. You open your phone expecting a normal text from your spouse, and instead, you see something that makes you think, wait, this wasn't supposed to come to me. Whether it was a gut instinct or the lack of context in the message, that moment reportedly sparked the suspicion that his wife might be communicating with another man. Now, one accidental text doesn't automatically prove infidelity. There are innocent explanations: wrong click, mixed up contact list, or just an awkwardly timed attempt to be flirty. But according to the online rumors, Travis didn't dismiss it as a harmless mistake. Instead, it became the first domino to fall in a chain reaction of doubts. The whispers claim that after that day, Travis began to notice other things. Little changes in her behavior that, when pieced together, started to look suspicious. Maybe it was her being more protective of her phone, taking calls in another room, or being vague about her whereabouts. Maybe it was an increase in solo outings or late-night messages. Alone, each thing might have been nothing. But together, they started to paint a picture in his mind. In the world of relationships, once that seed of doubt is planted, it can be hard to unsee the signs. Every unexplained moment, every locked screen, every half answer can feed the suspicion. And in Travis's case, if the rumors are accurate, that accidental photo message became the lens through which he began to view all her actions. This is where the story leaves the private sphere and enters the court of public opinion, otherwise known as the internet. The alleged incident started being whispered about in fan forums, sports gossip pages, and social media threads. Some posts claimed to have insider knowledge, others were pure speculation, but the narrative was consistent. Travis's wife had accidentally exposed herself, not just literally, but figuratively. Fans split into camps almost immediately. One group believed the rumor, pointing to how easy it is to make a mistake when you're juggling multiple conversations on your phone. They argued that the wrong recipient scenario was not only plausible, but also a classic sign of someone living a double life. The other group was more skeptical, suggesting that this was a misunderstanding being blown out of proportion. Maybe she really did intend to send the pictures to him and just didn't add a caption. Maybe the so-called shift in behavior was unrelated, stress, travel, or simply coincidence. Without hard proof, they argued, no one could say for sure. Through all the chatter, one thing stood out. Neither Travis nor his wife addressed the story directly. They didn't confirm it. They didn't deny it. They didn't even post any cryptic quotes or indirect messages, which is often the go-to move for public figures caught in a rumor storm. For some, that silence was telling. It suggested that maybe there was truth to the rumor, and they were dealing with it privately. For others, it was proof that the whole thing was nonsense, unworthy of a response. But in today's social media landscape, a lack of response often fuels more speculation, not less. People start reading into every little action. Did they post fewer couple photos? Did they unfollow each other? Did their tone change in interviews? And because Travis is a high-profile athlete, every public appearance is analyzed for clues. So why did this particular rumor gain so much traction? Partly, it's because it fits a narrative people are already familiar with, the athlete whose personal life gets messy. The picture-perfect couple that turns out to have cracks, the private mistake that spills into the public eye. It's also because the details, while unverified, are just specific enough to feel believable. Everyone knows how easy it is to send something to the wrong person. Everyone knows someone who's made that kind of mistake, whether in dating, friendships, or work. And because the alleged mistake in this case involves something intimate, it adds a layer of embarrassment and scandal that makes it irresistible to gossip circles. However, to fully understand the rumors about Travis Hunter and Lena Lani, you have to look beyond the alleged text message incident and dig into the foundation of their relationship, or at least the way some people claim it was built. There's a growing narrative among fans and online commentators that Lena's commitment to Travis was never about love alone. Instead, they say it was about what he could offer: his rising fame, his income potential, and most notably, his growing collection of assets. Travis, after all, isn't just any college athlete. He's one of the most valuable names in the NCAA, with lucrative NIL, name, image, and likeness, deals pouring in, endorsements on the table, and a future NFL career practically guaranteed if he stays healthy. Add to that the fact that he's already been investing in property and building long-term wealth, and you've got a financial profile that would turn heads far outside the sports world. For someone like Lena, critics claim, attaching herself to a man with that kind of trajectory wasn't just a romantic choice, it was a strategic move. From the very beginning of their public relationship, Lena was a constant presence, at games, at interviews, at brand events, and all over social media. On the surface, it looked like unwavering support, but the skeptics online have a different interpretation. They argue that being by Travis's side wasn't just about cheering for his athletic achievements, it was about positioning herself within his lifestyle. Every appearance together added to her visibility. Every photo of them traveling or dressed to impress hinted at the perks of being with a high-value athlete. Some fans have gone so far as to suggest that Lena played the long game, ensuring that she was always in the frame when cameras were rolling, that her face was recognizable to the same audience that adored Travis. The theory is simple: if Travis's career skyrocketed, so would hers, whether through influencer deals, brand partnerships, or simply the elevated social status that comes with being the partner of a sports star. Then there's the matter of property. It's no secret that as athletes start earning real money, they begin making investments, often in real estate. For someone like Travis, securing property isn't just about having a place to live, it's about long-term financial security. According to the chatter online, Lena knew this and made sure she was always part of those milestones. If Travis was purchasing a home, she was there. If he was talking about investments, she was part of the conversation. Critics argue that this wasn't a coincidence. They claim that Lena's attachment to him was rooted in the knowledge that as long as she stayed in his inner circle, she'd have access to a lifestyle and financial security that would be hard to find elsewhere. The narrative paints her less as a loving partner and more as a calculated opportunist, someone who knew exactly what she wanted and how to get it. Of course, not everyone buys into that interpretation. Some defend Lena, saying she was simply being a supportive partner and that being present for big life moments is what any committed girlfriend or wife would do. But the suspicion, especially after the accidental photo message rumor, has given these older claims new weight in the eyes of many fans. People are starting to connect the dots. Was her constant presence a sign of genuine love? Or was it a way to keep her place secure in Travis's life as his career, income, and property holdings continued to grow? It's this question about motive and intention that makes the story so sticky. Because if the relationship was built on financial interest from the start, then the accidental message wasn't the start of the cracks. It was just the moment the rest of the world noticed them. At the end of the day, this story, if it's even true, comes down to one simple, complicated question. What do you do when you suspect your partner is being unfaithful based on a single mistake? Do you confront them immediately? Do you keep quiet and watch for more signs? Or do you give them the benefit of the doubt and risk being blindsided later? For Travis Hunter, if the rumors are accurate, this moment may have forced him to reevaluate his trust in the person closest to him. And for fans, it's another reminder that the lives of athletes off the field are often far more complicated than we realize. So, what do you think? Was this an innocent mix-up blown out of proportion, or the kind of slip-up that can't be ignored? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more breakdowns of the biggest stories in sports and pop culture, hit that subscribe button, because the drama, as always, never stays on the field for long.